For 20 years, I trained at the highest level. National team cycling, Hyrox Elite 15. I tested every method, every program, and every approach. And then I stepped away from elite sports. I started a second company. I started spending more time with my family, and I couldn't train 20 plus hours a week anymore. And honestly, I didn't want it to. And all that forced me to figure out what is actually working when training has to fit into your life, not being your life. And after stripping everything back over the last year, testing what mattered, I landed on 5 things. Only 5. And these 5 things keep me strong, lean, and athletic in my 30s. And the best thing is, they don't require me to live in the gym anymore. And this channel is for men in the same situation, with a job, maybe a family, basically limited time. And if that's you, let me walk you through the system I'm using. And let me walk you through the 5 things you should be focusing on before I'm telling you how to combine them over the next 12 months. Let's dive straight into it. If you're not new to the channel, you know number 1, simple strength training. Pull-ups, dips, push-ups, squats, things like that. Train these 2 to 3 times per week at least. And your focus should be to get stronger at them over time. Focus on simple movements that cover your whole body. Because we have to understand, heavy weights build numbers, but tension on your muscle, that is actually building muscle in the end. But even more importantly, these exercises build capability, because this channel isn't about building muscle only or something like that. And if you combine these simple movements right, they create more tension across your whole body than any machine can do. And ignore most of the assistant work you can do, like curls, because you can invest your time better, like with number 2, heavy weighted carries. Pick something heavy, walk with it. And that sounds too simple, but especially heavy carries build that kind of strength and endurance that actually matters. They build your posture, your core, and your grip. The things that fail first when you get older. No machine trains these things at the same time like a heavy carry does. I'm not mentioning isometric movements in my list because I believe that heavy carries build the only kind of isometric strength we need or isometric endurance we need in day-to-day life. Number 3, weighted rotations. And I don't understand why barely someone is training heavy rotations. Everyone is training and living in one plane, forwards, backwards, up and down. And then they hit 45 and their back gives out. And that's because they never trained their body in a way to move under load the way life actually demands. A simple weighted rotation like with a kettlebell fixes what years of standard training ignores. So keep them in mind. And let's jump into number 4, endurance training. And here I don't want you to run yourself into the ground. We could be running, we could do burpees, we could do weighted walking, swimming, biking, whatever is accessible for you. Do some kind of low intensity work. Zone 2, basically. 30 to 60 minutes, maybe once or twice per week if you have the time for it. And then maybe add on some conditioning here and there at the end of your strength workouts. High intensity. A strong aerobic base means you recover faster between your sets, between weeks and between months and training cycles. And without a strong heart, lungs, your longevity and your life suffers. And before we jump into how to combine them, let's look at number 5, plyometrics. Jumps, bounce, quick explosive work. I lost a filmed video on my memory card, but you know what I mean. These are really important because as you age, your nervous system slows down because you're not using it anymore. And explosive training keeps it sharp. And this is what keeps you moving, feeling like an athlete, being 40, 50 plus, and not feeling like a stiff piece of wood. Now, you don't do all 5 every single week. I personally think that's where most people get it wrong. Strength and endurance are your weekly staples, and they happen every week. The other 3, carries, rotations, and plyometrics, cycle in 4-week blocks. That's how I personally do it. So in one 4-week block, you focus on carries. In the next one, you focus on rotations. And in the block after that, you focus on your plyometrics. So across a quarter of the year, you train all of them. Across a year, you get exceptionally good at all 3 of them without burning out or making training too complicated. 5 things: a simple rotation, no overthinking. I built an 8-week foundation program around this exact system. And if you want me to take the guesswork out for you, join my membership program, Man of Momentum, for more individualized programming. Keep it simple, guys. Train hard. And if you want to learn more about my training philosophy, check these next videos. And I see you in the next one.